G'day folks, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm in my car. I've just left home and I'm heading up to my permission land to do an overnight camp. So tonight's video, I'm going to use a new tent that I've bought. I'll show you that when we get on the site. And we're going to have a nice cook up in a camp oven. So stay with me, should be a good one. Welcome back. It's good to be out again. Certainly good to get that pack off. So it's looking a bit murky, fairly cloudy. They have forecast some showers, so hopefully I'll get away with very light showers if we have anything. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have a quick clean up of the area because there's a lot of fallen debris. I haven't been up here for probably 3 or 4 weeks. I took my family to Bali and I haven't done any camp videos for 2 weeks, so it'd be nice to get this one done and really enjoy the bush. So I think what I'll do, as I said, I'm going to clean this area up a little bit and then I'll start unpacking the rucksack. I need to get a fire on fairly quickly before it gets dark. It's 3:45 now. We're looking at twilight around about 5:30, so I've got about an hour and 3/4. But I really want to get my food prepped and get it cooking before the dark actually hits. So let's see how we go. The tent I'm using tonight is the Denali 2. It's only a 3-season tent, so it's not designed for winter, but with the temperatures we get here in South Australia, you know, we very rarely go below 4 degrees if we're lucky. So I think that's going to be fine. Definitely for tonight, it doesn't drop below 12 degrees, I think. I've got my Nature Hike stretcher bed, quite be comfortable. Just turn this over on the bottom. Sleeping bag, and somewhere in here I have my chair, cheap Audi chair. I've even brought a little table with me today, folding table, air mattress and pillow. So that'll do for now. So I've actually cleared the area a little bit. You can see this is the area I put my tent, or hammock, or whatever I'm using. And what I've done over here, I'm going to have a fire tonight. So immediately around the fire, I've cleared the leaf and the twigs and stick debris, just to create a little fire break. I mean, it should be fine, but I just want to make sure I'm taking every precaution that we don't set light to any of this dry stuff. I mean, it's all dying back now anyway, but anyway, that's where my fire's going to be. So I think what I'll do is I'll start setting my tent up, get my sleep system in, and then I'm going to start to process some wood ready to get a fire on for dinner. Right, I'm going to give this a bit of a clear up. A lot of people put a tarp down before they put their tent down to protect the bathtub floor of the tent, which is probably a good idea actually. I should get some. I haven't got one with me tonight, so I'm afraid it's just going to be the tent floor. Make sure we get it right way around. Which is a little bit dirty from the last time we used her, but should be fine. I think there are 2 poles, yep. So carbon fibre poles, nice and light. I think the Denali, or this Denali, weighs 2.5 kilos. So, you know, for a 3-season tent, that is a pretty reasonable weight, I think. I'm happy carrying it in my rucksack. So with all tents, you've just got to be careful when you're threading the rods through. You don't actually catch or tear the material of the tent. Get that reasonably even. Do the same with this one. You can hear a motorcycle in the background there. That's the farmer in the next farm, tending to his animals. Okay, so right, so that's the rods in. So guess what I should do really is get it pegged out. This ground is really hard. So I've got a couple of types of pegs. These are the ones that come with the tent, and they look a little bit weak, but we'll see how hard the ground is. Get the bushman's hammer out to knock them into the ground. It's just bending. That ground is like rock. So let's try something a bit beefier. That was better. Right, that's the tent pegged out. Let's get these poles in. There's actually a little locator on each corner for the poles to fit into. And if I remember rightly, they're a pretty bloody good fit. Wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Oh, it's come out. Bloody hell. We'll stick this one in first. There you go. Lovely. Right, I couldn't quite work out why the top of the tent wasn't sitting properly. Now I've just realised these poles are supposed to, the feet are supposed to go into the cups on the opposite side. And now I've realised it actually makes perfect sense. So swap that one over there. Swap this one over here. And then we can get all these clips on. Okay, so you can see the top of the tent sits properly now. Silly mistake, but I haven't used it for such a long time. And it's also got these little top clips. I'll locate there. Right, now I'll get the rest of it done. I'll bring you back. Okay, I used a couple of those crappy orange pins that came with the tent just to secure the front of the vestibule down here. I think what I'll do, you can actually use this as a little awning. You bring some trekking poles, you get a couple of sticks, you can peg them out and use it as a little awning to sit under. But for me, tonight, I will be rolling it up until I retire. There are some toggles there hidden. There we go. Tent's all set up. Right, I'll get my sleeping system in and then I really have to process some wood. So I was thinking about using the stretcher bed tonight, but this is quite a comfy mat. And I'm kind of hoping I can get away with just using this. I want to try it out and see just how comfortable it is. And look, worst case scenario, if it's too uncomfortable I can just put the bed in there anyway. These things are brilliant. You've seen me use it before, so they're fairly common in the camping world now. Little air pump for lining up your beds. It just saves the lungs. Pillow, sleeping bag. Okay. So tonight, using the Denali Light 200. This goes down to 0 degrees. It only weighs 1.5 kilos. Look at the size of it. I mean, it's barely even 1.5 of my hands. So it's a good sleeping bag. And it's comfortable. And what I like about it, I can actually use it with like a foot box at the bottom. And I can open it up at the top like a quilt. Give it a bit of a fluff up, get some air in there. It is a down sleeping bag, so I want to get some air in to the down so it thickens up a bit. Bloody sleeping bags, they never open when you want them to. They always catch. There we go. My pillow. If If you've watched my videos before, you've seen this pillow. It is so comfortable. It's the Quesha Autumn Comfort Pillow. Memory foam. So we'll get her out. It almost instantly puffs up. It's great. Right, sleep system is in. I'll close that back up now. It feels fairly comfortable. Okay, a little chair with me. Everything is just so dusty here. We haven't really had any rain for months and months here in South Australia. Nothing that would, you know, make a difference. The poor farmers have really been struggling. So hopefully in the coming months, as we head into winter, we should get some rain. It is actually spitting a little bit now, so we may get some tonight. But yeah, everything is just so dry and dusty, it's horrible. I go home from the camps and, you know, my clothes, my shoes, everything is dusty. I've got dust in my nostrils. And I have bought, as I said earlier, a little folding table. Just got to work out how it goes together. So the legs go there by the looks of it, and then we've got a couple of rods here. Oh, I see. There's like a little locator there for these balls to slot into. What a clever idea. That creates the flat of the table. Jigsaw puzzle. And one thing I have noticed is it pulls them out. There is a bit located in there. Let's get the top on and see how it looks. That hooks into there. And then these squash in. Oh, I see. That creates the tension. Okay, excellent. There we have it. Camp table, some strengtheners in there. It's pretty robust actually. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put everything in the tent because we are getting a little bit of drops of rain, or a few drops of rain. I don't want anything to get wet. This is what I'm going to be cooking with tonight. It's a little 2-quart campfire cast iron oven or pot. Could be an oven or a pot, but for tonight it's going to be a pot. I'm actually going to hang this on a tripod and cook a nice beef stew. I'm getting hungry, so I better get this fire. I'll get this wood processed and get the fire on. Okay, so as I said, I'm going to be using a tripod tonight. I'm going to hang the pot over the fire. So I'm hoping that fits in there nicely. And it does. And then we've got a chain link system here, which is missing Oh, the hooks must be in the bag. There it is. Right, so for now, I'm going to hook it on about halfway. Get it on the tripod in the middle, like that. And then we can hang our pots over the fire and cook up our stew. So there is a fair bit of kindling laying around. I'm just going to chop these slightly thicker ones down, just so I can put some different sized timber to get it going. It's nice and dry. I'll split that one more time. I'll get it to stand up. Right, that should be fine. Okay, let's get the fire on. Of course, it's just starting to shower again. Hopefully it's a passing shower. Now you can see I've got some charcoal in here. That's from my last camp up here. I might just move them out of the way. Yeah. Get them out of the way. Get the old wax wall, wax wood wall balls opened up. Now I have got the gas lighter there, but I might just try and see if I can get a spark off the ferro rod. There we go. Got a bit of fat wood here. I'm just going to lay that on there, give it something to bite to. So fat wood is a pine wood. It comes from the pine trees, and it's where the sap is impregnated into the timber. And it's fantastic for getting fires going, especially in cold and damp conditions. Okay, let's get this away, let that catch, and I'll start putting some big lumps on. Just start building that up slowly. There we go. Let that catch, and we'll chuck some big chunks on. Okay, I'll just chuck some more wood on the fire. I've got my cooking ingredients out. And those cooking ingredients require some Shiraz. So I'm going to open that, and I'm going to pour myself a nice glass of red. I'm going to sit here enjoy the sunset and the fire until I'm ready to start cooking. Salute to all those fallen heroes from Australia and around the world, to the ones that are still serving, and to the future military personnel that are going to serve this country. Good luck. Happy Anzac Day. Oh yeah, that's good. What a beautiful evening. So somebody messaged me, I can't remember who it was now, about what knives I use when I'm out camping. I think I've got four functional camping knives, including Swiss Army camp knives. But my go-to pretty much every single time is a Bear Grylls bushcraft camping knife. I bought this in a camping store here in Australia, Anaconda, probably about 10 years ago now. And do you know what, I've only ever touched the blade up once, and that was yesterday. So it comes with a nice holster, and on that you've got the ferro rod. In fact, on the back, let me put the knife away, if I undo it, it's actually got a diamond sharpening file on the back for sharpening the blade up. So it pretty much just does everything, you know. It's got a nice flat edge there, 90-degree edge for catching the ferro rod, creating some sparks. It's got a serrated edge, cutting some tough material up, and it just feels good in the hand. You know, I've got big hands and this just fits perfectly. Oh, it's got a whistle on the back. But yeah, it's Gerber. The make is Gerber, but essentially it was made, you might be able to make that out on the blade there, Gerber. Essentially it was made in conjunction with Bear Grylls, hence the BG on the handle. So yeah, that's the knife I generally use. What I might do next time I go out in a car camp, I'll bring the other two knives with me and I'll show them off. Right, so that oil should be heating up quite nicely now. Just do another couple of minutes. I've just realised I'm going to need some tongs to lift that pot lid off, aren't I? Oh yeah, they work okay. I'm thinking that'd be hot enough. Now, I've got some stewing beef here, which has already been pre-floured. So let's drop a piece in and see what we get. Yeah, not exactly sizzling, but I'm sure it will. Actually need a glove. Hopefully the beef will start to break up. I need to get more heat into that. I need to drop that down, I think. That's cool. Get her a bit lower. Really get her bubbling. Skinny beefs run off quite nicely. Right, a little bit there, just needs a bit of browning off. But look, it's all going to cook once it's in the liquid of the stew. Right, just deglaze that pan a bit. A good glug of red wine. I've got a stock cube here as well, which I'm going to crumble in. Lovely. Let's get that beef circulating in that wine. Burn the alcohol off, and we'll get the flavours of the grape. Lovely. Okay, we'll give that a couple of minutes just to reduce, and then I'll get my vegetables in and some water, and we'll get it seasoned. Actually, I might get some seasoning in there. A little bit of pepper, ground black pepper, a little bit of salt, probably only half a teaspoon of each. Okay, let's get our veggies in. So in here I've got ready cut potatoes, carrots, leeks, onions, all the good stuff. A bit too much there actually, but it's good. Rather too much than not enough. Come nice big chunks of onion. There we go. Stew for one. Get all that mixed in. Get the potatoes and the vegetables all covered in that lovely juice. And then what I'll do, tip some water in, and we'll get everything bubbling away. How good does that look? I don't want to completely fill it up. Oh, he lost the bowl. Get it to there now, get the lid on. And we'll get her bubbling away. That should be just the right amount of heat. Oh, smoke in my eyes. Okay, let's leave that. Let's see how it goes. A bit too near to the fire there. Time for another glass of vino. So if you watched the video, the one before this, you would have seen me having a go at baking a cheese and jalapeno damper, and it went fairly well. Now I've got some of that with me tonight, which I'm going to eat with the stew. And as I said, today is Anzac Day here in Australia. It's about celebrating what our military personnel have given up to make this the country that it is. It's about the people that have served, it's about the people that are serving still, and it's about people who are going to serve in the future. And I just want to say that I am eternally grateful to those people and to anybody around the world that served. You know, they've protected our countries and provided us with safety and security. So again, I salute them. Cheers and good health. So while that's cooking, I guess I'm going to sit here, enjoy my Shiraz. Once it's done, I'll bring you back. You can have a look at it, and then I'm going to scoff it down. Right, I'm going to bring you a bit closer because I want you to see this. Look at that bubbling away. Beautiful. Got a lovely simmer going. So I'm going to keep it going. And then once it's done, I'll bring you back. Right. I have the stew with the lid off. I'm just reducing the liquid down a little bit. If you watched my video, or the one video, the video previous to this one, you would have seen me make my very first damper, which was in fact a chili, get this glove off, a chili and cheese, a cheese and jalapeno damper. Sorry, too much red wine. Now, I've cut that up into slices, and I've got some nice butter here. So I'm going to butter this in preparation for that stew coming off of there, and I'm going to enjoy it with the stew. Proper butter, not low fat, not low salt, butter. Lovely, I'll go with them 3 for now. And if I've got room for more, I will be coming back for some more. What could be better? Homemade damper and butter, a glass of red Shiraz, and a lovely stew. I don't think there's a better camp dinner out there, to be fair. That's personal choice, obviously. Alright, so let's get this stew off. I'm just going to eat it straight out of the pot. I don't think there's any point in putting the... oh, maybe I should put it in the plate so it can cool down a bit. Alright, let's serve it up. Look at that. That is just how I like a stew. And the only thing is I didn't bring a ladle to put it in there. So, I reckon 2 gloves. I'll pick it up. And hopefully I can tip it in there. Go on, baby, in you go. God, look at that, perfect portion size. Lovely. Let's bring the bread and the wine back. Okay, this is going to be hot, so I need to be careful. That just looks beautiful. Oh, it smells delicious. It smells delicious and looks really hot. Let's give this beef a go. Mmm. Oh wow, I'll tell you what, that is seasoned to perfection. The flavours are all there. Beautiful. Potatoes are nice and soft, veggies nice and soft, and the meat's cooked lovely. I'll dip a bit of this damper in here and see. Mmm. As soon as it hits your mouth, it just tastes beautiful. Interesting to see how the jalapenos go with the beef stew. Alright, I'm going to put this away, and then when I'm done, I'll do a quick bit of washing up and then I'll bring you back. All that was absolutely beautiful. I couldn't even finish my last slice of damper. It was so filling. And it went lovely with the churros. Oh. Oh, so I think now I'll get some water on the boil, get a washing up done, have a clean up, and then I'm thinking I'll probably hit the sack and watch a movie. Okay, so I'm in my tent. I'm on this mattress. It feels reasonably comfortable. I'll see how I go tonight. If I'm not comfortable, I will get up and I will make the stretcher bed up. At the moment it seems to be fine, especially with this sleeping bag. I'm going to watch a movie on my phone, give my wife a call, speak to my boy before he goes to bed, and if anything exciting happens in the night, like a vampire kangaroo turns up or something, I will try and film it. If not, I will see you in the morning. Good night. Morning everyone. Had a reasonable night's sleep. I did contemplate a couple of times getting up and making the stretcher bed up. These thin mats are okay. I think when you excuse me, when you're lying on your back with a side sleeper, you pretty much feel the floor on your hip and your knee and your shoulder. So I think in future, if I'm using one of these thinner mats, I'll definitely be putting the stretcher bed up. Pretty uneventful night. So I think it's 7 o'clock in the morning. better get up and get a coffee, I think. So this is what I'm waking up to this morning. It actually didn't rain in the night. I think we had a couple of little bit of spatters, showers, but not a lot. Just see the reservoir down there, and that is looking flat calm. And then up above the pylons there, you see the ocean. Again, it's looking flat calm. I was home last night. Oh, let's get a coffee on. So, had a bit of an accident last night. I'm having to use this old chair that I found laying in the woods because my Audi chair gave up on me. The leg snapped, look. There you go. I'll have to buy another one. Right, let's get a brew on. I use a little gas burner rather than lighting a fire this morning. These are great when you just want to boil up some water, you know, maybe if you're out on a long hike and you want to use some freeze-dried food packs or ration packs even, you want to heat them up, this is perfect. Got its own little igniter on there. There you go, simple as that. Okay, that's hot enough. This is such a good unit. It literally boils water. That wasn't even, you know, a minute, I reckon. Cappuccino. Couple of sugars. Smells lovely. That's the washing up done. Going posh this morning. Got a little bit of chocolate powder. Lovely. Oh, it's so good. So, just want to remember, I just want to say hi to my two granddaughters back in the UK. Hi Sophia, hi Ayla, Granddad loves you. I did promise that I'd do that, so I forgot to do it last night. I wanted to get it done this morning. Love you girls. I'm going to get some breakfast on. Oh, that's good. sausages cooking in the pan. Sticking a little bit where the main heat source is in the middle from the burner. This is good. Chopping up a little bit. Maybe I'll keep them on the outsides. I did put some oil in the pan. But it decided to stick. Probably better off the tongs on. That's easier. Oh, these pans are useless. Well, it's not pretty, but it's breakfast. I've got a couple of slices of that damper that I made, chili and cheese damper, which I'm going to have with it. A little bit of black pepper, spice it up a bit. Excellent. I reckon that'll do. Get it off the heat and get it in my tummy. Okay, here goes. Oh. These beans are hot. Very nice. Back in the UK when I was a teenager, someone told me about this. Cook your sausages, then put your beans in and cook your sausages in your beans with some black pepper. And I've been doing that pretty much all the time whenever I have this sort of food. And it is absolutely, it's so simple, but it's absolutely delicious. Right, I'm going to finish this off and then I'm going to do some washing up, I think. So I was just sitting here thinking, I was actually thinking how lucky I am that I've got the opportunity to do this. There's so many people out there who, you know, maybe don't have the funds, maybe don't have access to buying camping gear. But I find it's one of the most therapeutic hobbies, if you like, to do. That's for me personally. Just, you know, being out in nature. I was just sitting here finishing my breakfast and listening to the birds in the trees. The sun's pretty much up now, and yeah, I just thought, how lucky am I that I can do this. I'm really hoping that I can get my son, as he starts to get a bit older, to come out with me. He's nearly 6 now, but I don't think he's quite ready. But as soon as he is, I'm going to start bringing him on a few camping trips, because I think it'd be good for him as well, and good for us as a father and son. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling now, finish my coffee, and I'm going to start getting packed away. Okay folks, that's the end of another video. Everything's packed away. I've tidied the site, got it all squared off, and I'm going to head off home. It's now 9:05. If you like these videos or these type of videos, then please give me a like, because then it allows me to know what content is preferred by the viewers. And if you're enjoying the channel, consider subscribing. That really helped me out. But for now, I'm going to say bye, and I'll catch you on the next one.